Yesterday, a LeBron James rookie card sold for a record high $1.8 million. Like in any part of the country, that's a mansion. Here in LA, that's still a pretty nice house. We are seeing record high numbers in sports card sales in spite of all the craziness going on in the economy and in the world. Now, what does that mean for the hobby? In this video, I'll go over a couple things that I just thought about as I saw this groundbreaking news. Welcome back. Now let's get to work. Now, compared to my other thought through episodes, this was more of a first reaction because this is such big news and the numbers keep getting higher and higher. But a couple things that entered my mind was, number one, I had multiple friends reach out to me showing me this news. I had a friend that doesn't watch sports at all that gave me a link to the article off of BBC, which is obviously like British and international news. Another friend of mine sent it to me on ESPN's website. And what that tells me is that everyone in the world, not just people in the sports card world or not just in sports, are learning about sports cards. And as the numbers go up and as the charts get higher and higher and people can see the prior sales, what's going to happen is people outside of the sports world, outside of any traditional investing, will look at sports cards seriously, because now it's not just hype from Gary Vee, it's not just sports card investors saying it's a good investment. Now we're seeing numbers actually back it up on a global scale, especially if it's every news outlet covering something like that. So we saw the Mike Trout rookie card go for almost $1 million not too long ago. This LeBron James card, double the price. And now if I'm a big time investor, I'm thinking to myself, okay, hold on, there's something here. I might not get it. I might not understand sports cards. I might understand art. I might understand real estate. I might understand different types of investments that have been around for a lot longer in a traditional sense. But the eyes are gonna be open to this. And when real money is gonna be made on a big scale, then I think there's gonna be a lot more attention coming to the hobby, because the people with this type of money that can drop 1.8 million on a card are also some of the biggest business owners. They own media companies, they own like a lot of stuff. And I remember years ago, I worked at Steve Wynn's house, the owner of Wynn Hotels and Resorts, and the guy that Andy Garcia is modeled after off of Ocean's 11 movies, or Ocean 11 and Ocean 13. And I remember he had the most exquisite art collection, over $130 million worth of art in his house, which was worth more than his $100 million house. It was something ridiculous. And I remember now thinking like, wow, well, what if Steve Wynn and investors in that caliber now are looking at sports cards because they read the same article? Maybe they go and say, you know what? Well, I have all these Picassos and the Monets and all these Andy Warhols, but let me invest in some Michael Jordan autographed basketballs or some rookie cards, or one of one LeBron James cards, things like that. That can completely change the game, and more importantly, that can really blow up the exposure of the industry when you get people of that amount of resources being able to invest. And now all of a sudden you see an article, multi-billionaire Steve Wynn buys this card, or billionaire Mark Cuban buys a one-of-one Luka Doncic rookie auto, whatever, RPA. And that would really just blow up the media presence around the hobby so much more. And that makes me more excited as a content creator. The other thing that came to mind was based on a conversation I had yesterday with a really sharp friend of mine who has been in VR and esports for a while, and how those industries are exploding, and how cards of esports players are now coming to surface, where Ninja can have a rookie card and some of these other big time gamers can have their own cards, and how the merging of those industries are happening before our eyes, and how he's putting together funds for people to invest in the whole industry, and how I believe that's going to be a next wave where people go, look, I don't know a damn thing about sports cards. I don't care to know about sports cards. You know about sports cards. You're really good at this. What if I give you $1,000 bucks? Can you give me 10% of my money? because that's way more than I'm going to get in the stock market. Can you give me, can you sell off in 3 years and then we get 30% of the profits, or some sort of deal like that, which is very common in real estate deals and syndications and different types of funds. But now, hey, hold on a second. If sports cards are going up like everything else, why not have that apply there? So I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future, there are all these setups where investors like you and me go out and buy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cards and memorabilia and other related items like that for investors that are all putting this together in a fund. Because I know it's got to be happening now. I haven't done the research on it. It has to be, but that could be something that's way more common in the near future. The other thing I keep thinking about is, if I'm into cards, memorabilia strikes me as the cooler, like the more meaningful brother of cards, because like a Kobe Bryant rookie card is great, but it's still a piece of paper with a picture of him versus having a basketball signed by him, knowing that he's passed away. That would mean more. So when I look at where cards are going, I just happen to think, man, memorabilia is so closely tied to cards. Is this a good time to invest in underpriced memorabilia, knowing that if I'm displaying my cards on the wall, where there it is, displaying my cards like that, my goal is also to have a whole wall of Kobe Bryant balls and to have jerseys up there that are autographed with a picture of the game it was played in, because that would mean more from a collector's side. But as money flows into cards, I feel like memorabilia is going to be the sister industry that is going to see a lot of gain. Now, that was my quick reaction to the record-breaking LeBron James auction, but I want to know, what is your reaction? What is your takeaway? Do you feel like this is horrible for the hobby? Is it great, or is it somewhere in between? Let me know in the comment section below. I will respond to every new comment, and I'll see you in the next one.